Keek on the mic, keek on the mic, keek on the mic, keek on the mic. People, this the intro. Sacramento, California, born and raised. And Antelope is where I spend most of my days. Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Like always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you also follow me on all my social media platforms to stay connected with all Keek on the Mic news. So Bears fans, I have a really interesting topic for you guys today. With free agency about 2 weeks away from beginning, everyone is trying to speculate on where the big name free agents will land. Obviously you guys heard today that defensive tackle Daron Payne was franchise tagged by the Washington Commanders, but that is not what I wanted to talk about today. The rumor that I wanted to talk about today involves the Chicago Bears landing one of the top free agents available in this free agency period, and that is running back Saquon Barkley. Over the last couple of weeks, there has been a growing sense that Saquon Barkley will actually sign with the Chicago Bears, which to me is absolutely mind-blowing. And my question for you guys today, right here on Keek on the Mic, is do you guys want the Chicago Bears to actually sign Saquon Barkley? Let's talk about it right here on the podcast, and I'll give you guys my breakdown and my opinion on the idea of the Chicago Bears actually signing Saquon Barkley. Personally, I told you guys this before, I am not the biggest fan of the Chicago Bears throwing a lot of money at a running back. I've told you guys this before many times on the podcast that I am a big advocate to either re-signing David Montgomery, or if you let David Montgomery walk, just go ahead and possibly either sign maybe a lower tallied running back and let Khalil Herbert be the running back number one, or even cheaper options just to draft another running back in this year's NFL draft. So I am not a big advocate for throwing a lot of money at a running back. And the simple reason being is that the Chicago Bears have a whole lot of holes. We have to build the offensive line. We have to build the defensive line. We have holes at linebacker. We have holes at wide receiver. This Chicago Bears roster has a whole lot of holes to fill. So it doesn't, to me, at the moment, doesn't seem like it makes too much sense to throw a lot of money at a running back like Saquon Barkley. When you look at Saquon Barkley, yes, he's a dominant player, but he will probably be looking at around $12 to $13 million a year in his next contract. So it's logical to think that Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears wouldn't want to target Saquon Barkley and throw $12 to $13 million at a running back, knowing that they have a lot of holes to fill. And you know that we have a lot of weaknesses on this roster that we have to take care of this offseason. With that being said, though, and I'm going to sit here and play devil's advocate. With that being said, there is no doubt in my mind, absolutely no doubt in my mind, what Saquon Barkley would mean and what would he would be able to do for this Chicago Bears offense. When you look at a running back like Saquon Barkley, he is strong, he is fast, he's explosive, he has 3 down value as a running back, and he's only 26 years old. To me, Saquon Barkley, when you look at him, a healthy Saquon Barkley is a complete back. Yes, Saquon Barkley, I just mentioned it, when he's healthy. He has been hindered by injuries. He had an outstanding rookie season, and was hindered by injuries. But when you look at this season alone, he racked up over 1,300 yards, had 57 receptions, 338 receiving yards, and he had 10 total touchdowns. So yes, a healthy Saquon Barkley will make this Bears offense more dynamic and give Justin Fields yet another weapon coming out of the backfield. It would be absolutely lethal. When I heard this rumor and heard this growing sense of the Bears maybe actually landing Saquon Barkley in free agency, I couldn't help but think how lethal it would be to have Justin Fields and Saquon Barkley on the same team, on the same offense. I feel like they would do absolute damage in the NFL. And I think if Saquon Barkley does come to Chicago Bears, I feel like Justin Fields would be a big reason why we would be able to land Saquon Barkley. So once again, personally, I am not a huge advocate for, once again, throwing $12 to $13 million at a running back like Saquon Barkley. But even though I'm not the biggest fan, Obviously, the Bears have a whole lot of money to spend. They have around $99 million in cap space. So if they wanted to, they could explore it. My big thing is, if you're going to sign Saquon Barkley, make sure you address the other needs as well. At least build the trenches. Still build the offensive line. Still give us some defensive linemen. Maybe add a receiver. If you do that and you still are able to land Saquon Barkley, I think as a Bears fan, I would be okay with the idea of bringing Saquon Barkley to Chicago. There's no doubt what he would mean to the Chicago Bears offense, and what he would bring to the table. But all in all, it's up to Ryan Poles. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the rumors are true. But as it stands right now, there is a growing sense that Saquon Barkley, there's a good chance that he can actually be a Chicago Bear once the free agency period opens up on March 15th. So once again, let me ask you guys this. Do you guys think that the Chicago Bears and Ryan Poles should go after Saquon Barkley and bring him to Chicago? Let me know down below in the comment section. Before I let you guys go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. And make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, back for all new Bears podcast right here on Geek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.